Welcome back. This is part two. I wanted to start with the stabilizing ring for the oil control ring because it's 6-inch rods. Those stabilizing rings, they're available at Summit under this part number. UEM, that's Union Echo Mike R Roger 08. UEM R08. I found that it's good to have a few of those in stock, or maybe 8. Anyway, it's a good number to have, relatively inexpensive. Maybe some new people or whatever, bend them, putting them on. They don't feel that it's right. They bend it too much, they can just go to the drawer, grab one, and start over. So that's the part number on that. Now, another measurement that's important, of course, is the actual wrist pin to the bore holes in the piston. With mine, they're supposed to be 1 thou to 1.5 thou for my piston. Now, your pistons may vary. They probably do. You have to consult and check with your manufacturer for your specs, because between what you feel, your opinion, the manufacturer's suggestion, and your machinist's opinion, things are going to change. And it's not always going to go your way. Maybe you think it should be that way. But, getting back to this thing where the pin end play, the wrist pin end play from spirolock to spirolock, it's quite comical, and you got to sort it out because it has to be right. So hopefully you're talking to someone that has a lot of experience with it and has the numbers to prove it, and this happened when they ran this happened when they ran that. It's all over the place. Some people say 5 and 6 thou. Some people say between 25 and 30 thou. That's one group. And then there's a 5 and 6 group thou. And then there's a 25 and 30 group thou. And then there's an 18 to 23 thou group. One guy said, I measured them and that's what I got. And one guy said, that's way too much. Getting back to this hammering effect thing. They don't want that. Of course, nobody wants that because it's going to destroy your motor in not very much time. So then the other guy said, oh no, 18 to 23, they're fine, just where they're at. So, another thing I find is you have to consider the pin to the connecting rod's small end. Okay, so you're going to have, for these newer guys, there seems to be a culture or a nickname for when you have a measurement that's 10 thousandths of an inch. That's 0.0005 to 0.0006. This was a measurement quoted for the pin to small end on the rod. Well, the way it was said to the person was 5 or 6 tenths. It's like a slang. It means that it's to the 10,000s. They don't want to say that. I don't know why, but whatever. But other than that measurement, the most common measurement you will hear from people, I think you're going to find, is 8 10,000ths to 12 10,000ths. So it's 0.008 to 0.0012. And that's what you're going to hear more often. That's the one I hear the most. And it seems right. I don't know. I measured mine, they were 1,000ths. To me, that's perfect. And that's what it's all 8 of them were like that. There was hardly any variance at all. So the only other measurement is piston to bore measurement that you would make with no rings on. I have found that to get in the ballpark, I use 12-inch feeler gauges. They're available from the Eastern Gauge Company. Their phone number is 860-225-4159. And you can reach them on the web, sales, like, car sales, part sales, whatever, the word sales at easterngauge.com. And they have feeler gauges. They have like 80 thousandths, 100 thousandths feeler gauges, and those can come in handy when you're, grinding on the block for a longer rod or bigger stroke, whatever, when you need to have the clearance. You can get all kinds of stuff from them. Those guys are really a good place to hit. Get those 12-inch feeler gauges, then you can put them down the side of the piston between the bore and the piston and get a ballpark. And then you can break out the mics and get an exact one. But at least you got a ballpark. It's just helpful to start there. So that's pretty well it as far as measurements on what you got going here. And, most people just they just leave it up to the manufacturer, has to have it right. They don't have, you know what I mean? But if there is a problem and you find it, you can find all kinds of things where, wow, you found this, and then you take it to the machine shop and oh, wow, you got to be changed. We got to change that. That would have never flown. Yet, people put them together, and well, there's all kinds of people that put motors together and they blow up. I mean, there's motors that blow up on the dyno. There's, things go wrong. Did they check? But if you do this checking, you'll know what's going on. And consultation with your machinist to figure out where that pin's going to be in there, what the end-to-end clearance is going to be. Is it going to damage itself? Is it going to live? Those are the things you want to know. Because nobody wants to put all the time and energy into a motor and all the expense and have it blow up. I don't think anybody wants that.